Welcome to this week's mirror message. Let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I need to do before we start the reading is talk about this deck. It is the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed. It's a new deck to the channel. I want to say a really big thank you to Lorena for donating this deck. I got it in the mail the other day. It was a surprise. And I absolutely love it. It's just, the artwork is amazing. And I'm going to be using it in the mirror message today. You'll probably see me use it a lot because the imagery is amazing. Look at the Two of Fire. Look at the giraffe. Isn't that gorgeous? Thank you, Lorena. I am incredibly grateful. And I just want you guys to know when someone does donate a deck like this to my channel, on the inside of the booklet, I say who it was gifted by and the month and year, so I'll always remember who that's from. Thank you so much, Lorena. That was really kind. Decks are really important for the way that I read. I read intuitively, and so I hear things, I see things, and then I interpret, and look at, we got the Two of Fire again. There's something about that for this reading. But I interpret the image and just like little nuances of the image are important to the reading. So fresh decks are amazing, and I really appreciate that kindness and that energy exchange. It's lovely. Thank you. Okay. So, I'm actually going to use this deck for my clarifier deck this time because I take more cards from that. And I'm going to start with the Grand Lux. And I think in combination, those are going to be really nice. Okay. So let me set that up here. Let's first do some Palo Santo to clear the space. Just so you guys know, I am doing lives every Thursday. I've been mentioning it in all the videos. So I am doing questions now. I'm doing an introductory, kind of a welcome rate for the first month of paid questions. They're $5 a question, and I'll be doing that for the next 4 lives. So I'm starting this Thursday in a couple of days here. And the next four lives, they're $5. And then they're going to go to $11.11. And that's going to be my standard rate for one question. And we'll talk more about that if you want to come join me Thursdays, 6 p.m. Pacific time. I close my list at 7:30 Pacific, so I'll be on from 6 to 7:30 as long as there are people there. If I don't have enough people, I'll close early. But as long as people are there, as long as you have a question up by that time, then I'll go ahead and answer it. Okay, lots of smoke. New Palo Santo, I love it. Let's get all the crystals and cards. Never know what I'm going to pull. Some for me, some for you, and we're all set there. Okay, so the mirror message, if you're new to the channel, welcome back to my lovely subscribers. I love you all. This is my soul family. I just am so grateful to be part of your journey, and for you to be part of mine, because this is also part of mine. If you're new, this is a kind of a he said, she said spread between divine masculine and divine feminine. We look at their heart space, or their head space, their heart space, and their possible actions in the next month, okay? So we're going to start with divine masculine. I'm also really creeping up on 600 subscribers here. I have 580 something. I'm not quite ready to pull yet. So as soon as I get to 600, I'll be giving away another mini reading. I do that every 100 subscribers till I get to 1,000. Then I'm going to give away a full reading, like my best reading. I want someone to get something really good. Thank you to everyone who have been purchasing private readings from me. They are on their way. If you haven't received yours yet, I've been really filling up that way. Thank you so much. I love working with people one-on-one the way that I'm getting to. It's really nice. Spirits, guides, angels, ancestors, protectors, thank you for being with me here today and always. Help me be a clear and accurate channel for the watchers of this video. I am pulling for twin flames in separation or challenge in this video. Let all the messages that come out be for the highest good of all parties involved. Grounding. When you're grounding all your negative and excess energy, I'm sending it out and down to disperse into the earth. And then I'm renewed by a positive, warm energy from the light of a golden sun above. That's how that works. Okay, nice. Let's pull for Divine Masculine's headspace. What do we got? Divine Masculine's headspace. Not yet. There it is. Seven of Swords. Divine Masculine's heart space. I think I'm not going to speak on these until I get them all out today. Sometimes I'll kind of speak on them ahead of time, but I think I'm going to wait. So, Divine Masculine's heart space is the 10 of Pentacles, or the 10 of coins in this deck. This is kind of a special 10 of Pentacles. I'll go into that when we get there. Divine Masculine's possible actions in the next month. What are we seeing? King of Cups. Okay. Let's look at Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine's headspace, the Three of Wands. Divine Feminine's heart space. What's in Divine Feminine's heart space? That's a lot to come out. Okay. The Two of Cups, and then with it we have the 10 of Cups and the Moon. Okay, and Divine Feminine's possible actions in the next month. What are we seeing for Divine Feminine? 9 of Pentacles, or 9 of Coins. It's really interesting that we have the 9 of Pentacles in Divine Feminine's actions and the 10 in Divine Masculine's heart space. And we've got the 10 of Cups. We've got both the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups and the Lover's card here. King of Cups. Man, this is a good reading. Okay, let's set that aside and we're going to pick up this beautiful good tarot. Again, Lorena, thank you. Divine Masculine. Just clarifying the 7 of Swords, we have the Chariot. God, what a gorgeous chariot too. Look at that. One more clarifier for Divine Masculine's headspace. Clarify that 7 of Swords. Clarify that 7 of Swords. The Wheel. Okay. So these are our major arcanas on the board right now. We've got the Moon, the Chariot, and the Wheel so far. Let's look at Divine Masculine's heart space. Divine Masculine's heart space. Clarify that 10 of Coins, 10 of Pentacles. A High Priestess. We've got another Major Arcana, clarifier. Clarify again the 10 of coins. Oh my gosh. I'll talk about that in a minute. This is really personal to me. The King of Earth. So then we have the King of Pentacles come out on top of the High Priestess for the 10 of coins. This is a significant reading, you guys. Okay. Clarify the King of Cups. Clarify the King of Cups. Clarify the King of Cups and Divine Masculine's possible actions. We have the 9 of Water, which is the 9 of Cups. We have the 4 of Fire, which is the 4 of Wands. And we have the 8 of Fire, which is the 8 of Wands. Okay. Clarify Divine Feminine's headspace. Wow, that was fast. The 5 of Water, which is the 5 of Cups. Clarify Divine Feminine's headspace. Clarify this 3 of Wands. Clarify this 3 of Wands. Clarify this 3 of Wands. The 4 of Air, which is the 4 of Swords. Why is the Moon here for the... I know I'm clarifying a clarifier, but sometimes it's just important to do that. For the 2 of Cups, for Divine Feminine's heart space, I want to understand what's the Moon about. Tell me about the Moon here. Let's clarify the 2 of Cups already. The Ace of Fire, the Ace of Wands. Clarify the 9 of Pentacles or 9 of Coins for Divine Feminine's possible actions in the next month. Clarify the 9 of Pentacles. So we got the 2 of Fire, which is the 2 of Wands. Which is the card that came up twice when I was talking about this deck. This really needed to come out, this 2 of Fire. There's something there. Okay, so the 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles. Clarify that. The Queen of Air. So the Queen of Swords. What's on the bottom of the deck? The Ace of Air. So the Ace of Swords is on the bottom of the deck there. And then what's the bottom of the deck for the Grand Lux? Page of Pentacles. For Divine Masculine. I'm feeling, it should be overall energy, but I'm very much feeling this is for Divine Feminine, this is for Divine Masculine. Anyway, we'll talk about that when we get to it. All right, start with Divine Masculine's headspace, as always. 7 of Swords. In this particular 7 of Swords, he's got 4 swords under an arm and 1 sword in his hand and then 2 in the ground, and they're all pointed downward. So 4 of Swords is about resting, and Ace of Swords is about communication for a new beginning, and then the 2 of Swords is about a choice. It's very distinctly separated to me. And he's looking at the 2 of Swords. He's looking back at the 2 of Swords. He made a choice in the past. And he did it kind of blind. He didn't see what he needed to see to make that choice. He just made it. And right now he's in a resting period before he brings communication, is what I'm seeing from this card. He needs to bring communication about this choice that he made blindly. He was not seeing what was really there for that choice. It was a choice to leave Divine Feminine behind. He is in a resting phase, and each one of these swords is very different. It's another thing to call out here. Every single sword is custom and very different. There's a lot, while he's in his resting period, I'm really looking at these 4 different swords under his arm. While he's in this period of rest, there are distinctly different things that he's dealing with, that he's recovering from and thinking about. Clarifying that, we have the Chariot and the Wheel. This Chariot is very placid. Look at the horses. They're not running, right? In classic, Rider-Waite or classic tarot, you see the horses kind of raring to go. These horses, there's a dark horse and a light horse, symbolizing the masculine and the feminine energies. And they're bedecked with jewels. They're beautiful. Really, really pretty horses. And atop them is this feminine figure just sitting there waiting. She's on her chariot, but she's ready to go somewhere. She wants to go somewhere, but she's placidly just kind of hanging back, while this masculine figure is in this resting period dealing with these different things under his arm, these different issues, and looking at the choice that he made about the feminine in the past. And then we have the Wheel. I have not looked at these cards before, guys. I got them out right before the video. I cornstarched them as just like a way of making the cards shuffleable, so you get a really good shuffle, and then you have to clean them off. It's like a process, but it works really well. These are really good quality cards, so they stick when you get them out of the package. And I kind of looked at them a little bit while I was cleaning them, but not in any depth. So this wheel, Fortune's Wheel, it's reminiscent of some of the jewelry on this horse. I'm a jewelry designer. I always look at jewelry, but it's important to me. So there's this bauble hanging off of the horse, kind of like an earring, but it's not near his ear. It's a bridal ring, I guess. And a very similar image right here is echoing that right above the wheel. It's almost like this is right below the horse's mouth. The horse's mouth. The wheel is somehow has something to do with the horse's mouth. So what's that saying directly from the horse's mouth? The wheel isn't going to turn here. This feminine isn't going to go anywhere on this chariot until she gets some communication directly from the horse's mouth from the masculine. And we see him here with that Ace of Swords in hand. And that Ace of Swords is the communication and the clarity for the new beginning. She needs that. She's going to be just hanging out on her beautiful chariot, and the wheel isn't going to turn until this communication comes. And this is what the masculine is thinking about. This is not what the feminine is thinking. This is the masculine's head. He's really thinking about this feminine holding back, composed and beautiful, and up there for anyone to admire. That's how he sees her. And he knows the Wheel of Fortune in this connection isn't turning until he brings forward that Ace of Swords. He has to deal with these things in his resting period, these swords, these different ones. And until he does that, he won't be coming forward, but he's spending a lot of time. It's almost like a Nine of Swords energy looking at those two swords behind him. He's really feeling like shit. Sorry, but it's just real. He's really feeling not good for the choice he made in the past. And he's very much worried about that while he's dealing with these other things in this recuperation period. He's recuperating from something. Something really challenging happened in his life where he needs to reevaluate and deal with things. It's like there were things thrown at him, all these swords thrown at him during this karmic cycle that he was in. And now he's like resting and he's caught all the swords, and now he's like got to look at them one by one. Okay, how do I deal with this thing that I kind of got myself into, or that was thrown in my lap, or whatever it is. But he is very much thinking about the feminine during this time and this connection moving forward. Karma, he knows karma is going to work for or against him, and it has a lot to do with this communication. This message from the horse's mouth that the feminine needs, she doesn't need to hear from anyone but the masculine about this. She doesn't need to hear it through the grapevine, nothing else. She needs to hear directly from the masculine this communication about this choice that he made in the past. And about this repose that he's in right now, all the things that he's had to deal with. She just needs to know what's going on. Let's look at the masculine's heart space. We know what's in his head now. The masculine's heart space is the 10 of coins, and this is a special one, like I said, when it came out. This 10 of coins is very different than your typical 10 of coins. In your typical Rider-Waite type 10 of coins, you've got, it's like a happy family scene with a verdant kind of lawn and a big house in the background. It's abundance, right? It's tangible abundance. It's having earned things for yourself. But in this one, it's this jar of pentacles. We've got 9 pentacles in here, which is beautiful abundance. And then we've got this ace of pentacles up here. And this masculine figure is holding on to this ace of pentacles, ready for it to drop into the 9 of pentacles to make the 10. The masculine is holding on to this offer in his heart space. He's feeling financially abundant now. He's feeling like he has it together now in his heart space. And he's feeling like, I'm holding on to this pentacle, waiting for it to drop in to the jar so I can have the 10 of pentacles with my divine feminine. In his heart space, he is very much getting ready to make this offer. And he knows it. And it's just like, it's on the tip of his fingers to give it. But not quite yet. He has to finish these, deal with these swords, right? He needs to get mental clarity on some different things in his life. He needs to deal with some different things from his karmic cycle that are still under his arm. He can't just drop them. Those are special swords, and they all need something different. I'm getting. They're all different swords. All different pieces of mental clarity, and all different situations that have to be kind of taken care of in the appropriate way. But in the heart space, really wanting to drop that offer is just like, it's very anticipatory. He's really anticipating dropping that, making that offer. And like, look at it too. This is a possessive divine masculine. This is a divine masculine that is going to give this offer and drop the pentacle in there and put that lid on. And it's like, I am keeping my 10 of pentacles with my divine feminine. This is my treasure. And I have a container for it. I'm going to do everything I can to keep this 10 of pentacles when it happens. Clarifying that, we've got the high priestess. But while I'm holding it, I'm not talking. The high priestess doesn't say anything. She knows a lot, and she keeps it all to herself. She doesn't share it. He's tapped into spirit with this. The third eye chakra on this high priestess is clearly activated. And then there's the triple moon here. This person has power. This person is divine masculine is starting to understand his power. He's tapped in, but he's not speaking while holding on to this offer. He's anticipating it, and it's like, I have to hold back. And the King of Pentacles, He's really feeling abundant. You've got the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. There's been some kind of tangible turnaround for this masculine. And he's in his King of Pentacles energy, holding that pentacle, waiting to have his Ten of Pentacles. In his heart space, this is what's happening. He's silent. He's waiting. He's anticipating. He's abundant, and he's really come into, I think that's one of these swords that he had to deal with, was to work on some kind of tangible thing in his life that brought him to the King of Pentacles energy. Cornstarch on my card. Okay. So divine masculine's possible actions, we go from the King of Earth to the King of Cups. Pentacles to Cups, which are the two kings that I like to see in line. I mean, they all need to be in line. You know, we have to have our head and our heart and our passion and our tangible world all needs to align to get to that Emperor energy. But these are really, really good kings to have out on divine masculine side, the King of Earth and the King of Cups. So divine masculine's possible actions in the next month. I want to look and see what the clarifiers are, because that really makes a difference with the King of Cups. We've got the Nine of Cups. We've got the Four of Wands. And we've got the Eight of Fire, Eight of Wands. Man, this is really kind of conflicting energy. Because the Nine of Water is about different things. But when I see the Nine of Water with the King of Cups, it really makes me feel like not speaking. So the Nine of Cups can be about kind of having it all and you know, getting ready for the Ten of Cups, which is happy family, happy life, right? But it can also be about holding back your love. And the King of Cups, you know, he's like got a lot of emotions. He feels really deeply, but he doesn't always express it. And so there's this thing about this King of Cups, like having such deep emotion, having this offer ready, but in the next month, you know, at least the first, because I'm getting it split. So I'm feeling like the first part of the month, at least, holding back, expressing those emotions, holding back the love for now. But then as we come out of the next month, we got the Eight of Fire, which is a lot of energy and movement forward. And then we got the Four of Fire, which is celebration of union. This is the angels, the fairies, really. I don't know, I see it as an angel, but it's got fairy wings. But this is the divine celebrating the union of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And this, the Eight of Fire, it's the panda. She's on a panda. The panda is quintessentially black and white, right? Always black and white. And we look at light and dark as masculine and feminine energies, light being masculine, dark being feminine, when we're talking tarot, okay? So we've got this fairy riding this panda. So there's this incredible balance of masculine and feminine energy, and then lots of light and energy coming from that. I feel like at the end of this month, there's going to be a turnaround in this holding back in the next 30 days. So what is it, like around, it's almost the middle of April. So I think by the end of April, we're going to start to see some movement. We're going to start to see this movement towards celebration of a union. I feel like divine masculine may, for some of you, if you're really tapped in, and if you're resonating, this Ace of Swords may come up with all of this energy. And there may be communication about wanting this union. I'm going to get a clarifier on that from, let's see. Where do I want it from? I want spirits of darkness and light. Where did I put it? Hold on, I just moved all my cards around, so little housekeeping. Where's my deck? There it is. It's just upside down. Okay. Okay, I really want a clarifier on this King of Cups. Tell me about this situation, Divine Masculine's possible actions in the next month. We're talking about 30 days, right? And remember, this reading is timeless. It doesn't have to be April when you see it. It doesn't have to be May when I'm talking about. And it's 30 days from when you watch it. Spirit of the Grim Reaper. Death, ending, winter. It's an ending for a new beginning. This is like the Death card. It's a rebirth. There's some kind of rebirth happening for the Divine Masculine in the next month. Give me one more, please. Clarify that further. Oh my gosh, that's too many. I'll take the top one, which is the Swans. That's the Twin Flame card in this deck. Grace, elegance, and poise. Poised. He's poised here. He's still poised for his Twin Flame connection. What was next? Right now, there's this energy of longing. It's frozen. But then we've got the Lion, and I've never had this card come out in a reading before. Leadership, recognition. The Divine Masculine is going to be taking leadership this month. I think it's going to be toward the end of the next month. Spirit of the Demi, follower. Yeah, he was in this place. He was feeling really weak. He was not feeling like he could take the lead, but look at where he's coming out. He's going from this to this, like fast. Like fast. Amazing. Going from weak to just as weak as you could be to as strong as you can be. There's something magical kind of happening for Divine Masculine this month. Okay, I gotta look at what else is here because clearly I needed to look at them. Okay, right now there's a lot of fear. He's feeling very tormented. In this Four of Swords, he's looking. The fear has a lot to do with this Two of Swords, with this blind decision that he made with the Divine Feminine in the past. It's like a fear of rejection. But the spirit of the child is going to come over him. That this curiosity, this need to push forward. You know how children, and I'm not saying the Divine Masculine's a child in any way, but I'm saying his children love themselves kind of by nature, you know, and they're curious by nature, and they're playful and fun by nature. This is coming back from this tormented fear. Look at the difference. Look at the difference that's happening. It's this, look at this, two dichotomies here for the Divine Masculine. Going from weak to strong. Going from demon spirit to spirit of the child. Amazing. Okay, let me see what else is poking out here because I feel like it's important. There was another one. Oh, we already saw it. Spirit of Stone, this delays and longing. This is where he's been for a while in this Four of Swords energy while he's like so worried about this past choice while he deals with these other things. He's in this rest period. He can't come forward with communication until he deals with them. And some of those might be lessons, karmic lessons that he needs. I do see a major transformation in the next month. And then a lot of energy towards communication and celebration of union. Divine Masculines here are waking up to the connection in a really big way. Now, remember, this is not going to resonate for every twin flame out there. This is for a specific set, so make sure that this is fitting your story if you're taking it into yourself. I do not want to set up expectations for people and then have disappointment if this is not your thing. Don't make the story fit if it doesn't fit. But those of you who are close, you know. Intuitively, you feel it. If you're not feeling it intuitively, don't take this as gospel for you, because there are so many sets of twin flames out there. But it is really good, even if you're not this close. It's great to watch readings like this because you can see what will happen eventually if you stay on your path. We learn from each other this way. We support each other this way. Okay, let's look at Divine Feminine. Hold on. I'm almost skipping over the Page of Coins here. Yeah, that's why he's holding on to the offer. Tower fell, and it's the rose quartz. The rose quartz is a stone of healing. There is a shake-up in Divine Masculine's life happening during this respite where he is healing, and really something is happening that is allowing him to heal kind of on fast forward. This Divine Masculine is really, really strong, and he's got some kind of ability to heal himself. I mean, a lot of us do, right? As light workers, I have a really kind of incredible ability to heal myself in some different ways. And I think my Divine Masculine does too, and it will not surprise me if a lot of you out there have similar abilities. It's like something happens, like the cork has to pop out of the bottle first, or some kind of block has to be removed, and then all of a sudden the healing is on fast forward. I know that's what happened for me personally. And so that's why I'm like getting it in my head right now that this kind of what's happening for this Divine Masculine. It's like he's been in this extended rest period, and all of a sudden the cork popped and he could see. It's like a veil being ripped away, and all of a sudden he can see the connection for what it is. He can see his own power. Right now, this moment, Page of Pentacles, right? Not having learned enough to make the offer, holding back on that offer. But this transformation, again, we get the Strength card, going with Spirit of the Lion. There's no mistaking this. Leader recognition, respect. This is Divine Masculine coming into his strength and taking the lead. Oh, I'm getting chills. Okay. When that happens, the wheel is turning for the lovers in this connection. And then we've got the Queen of Cups. There's your divine counterpart, Queen and King of Cups. And there is the happiest card on the deck, right? This is real happiness coming up. After that tower moment, we saw that rose quartz tower fall. It's a tower that leads to healing. And then this Five of Pentacles is very special to me. This is about having been left out in the cold, or feeling like you were left on the cold, or left someone else out in the cold. Something about having felt like you were abandoned, but now reaching for the Ace of Pentacles, for this new offer. Reaching for the new offer. And then we got the King of Pentacles here. Solid, stable, grounded. There's that one pentacle again. There's this new beginning coming on Divine Masculine side. There's a lot of really good stuff happening for Divine Masculine. Oh my gosh. Let's look at Divine Feminine. I know this one might go a little bit late, but you know, we got to get the messages out. So Divine Feminine's headspace. Let me get some water. Divine Feminine's headspace is the Three of Wands. She's looking, this figure is looking out over the water at the ship. And there's this card in another deck called Distant Horizons. I think it's maybe in the Kipper deck. I can't remember. But the ship looks a lot the same. And the Fool, I don't know if you can see, if it'll focus enough, but on the sail of that ship is a picture of the Fool. So Divine Feminine's heart space, it's this person is in their cloak, and they've got their scarf, and they've got their giant Ace of Wands here, passionate new beginning. And they've got their Two of Wands over here, having made that passionate choice. Divine Feminine in her headspace has made this passionate choice for this connection. She's had a lot of choices. This Divine Feminine could have chosen other people, other paths. She's chosen her Divine Masculine in this card. She's chosen her Divine Masculine. She's ready for a passionate new start. She's ready to take action in her head. And she's just waiting for that ship to come in so she can sail away. With the Divine Masculine, the Fool is right on the ship. Packing light, ready to go, ready for the connection. There's been a lot of preparation done to get here. Okay, clarifying the Three of Wands. We've got the Five of Water, and we've got the Four of Air. Let me really look at these. So in the Five of Water, we're talking about usually disappointment and not seeing, disappointment in things that didn't happen and not seeing what can still happen. But that's not what this card is about. In this card, this character is in a shell. There's a small shell and a large shell. Pearls and a seahorse. Seahorses mate for life. Seahorses are very special. I see her having shed this smaller shell for a much larger, more colorful one. So this Divine Feminine is ready to actually expand her horizons in her life. Her life has been this little shell, which isn't a bad place to be, but there's so much more for this Divine Feminine, so much more to experience. She can't be contained anymore in her current life. She's ready to expand out. She'll still be protected. It's still a shell, you know, she's protected by the divine. She's protected by her masculine too. This seahorse just tells me this mated for life, this life partner, and this ready to expand my horizons with my life partner. She's just, they're together. So it's an interesting Five of Cups because it's usually about disappointment, but this is actually turning the disappointment of this small life into actually seeing the possibilities in this much larger expanded life. And then the Four of Air, the Four of Swords, also a resting energy. So we've got the Four of Swords here for the masculine within the Seven of Swords. He's in a resting energy. And while he's there, she's kind of in a resting energy, but it's more ethereal. It's calm, it's peaceful, it's beautiful. Her expression is very neutral. So she's not up in arms, she's not upset, she's not feeling disappointment, nothing like that. You know, you would expect with the Five of Water for there to be some disappointment here, but this is not a disappointed energy. This is not a waiting energy either. It's a resting energy. While this ship is coming, she knows it's coming. Intuitively, Divine Feminine knows the ship's coming, and Divine Masculine's on that ship. Ready. He's taken the leap of faith. He's painted that Fool up on that sail, so she knows he's coming. He's taking that leap of faith toward her on that ship. The ships are slow, right? Ships aren't fast. It's not an airplane. But he's coming, and she can see it, and she's prepared. While that ship is coming, She's getting ready to expand her world, and she's in this state of relaxation. She's in this state of rest. Because once he gets there, there's going to be no more rest for this feminine, I'll tell you that. Not in a scary way. They're just going to have a lot of work to do together. They're going to have things to hash out and deal with together. There's going to be a lot of energy, fast energy. And the work that they're going to have to do together, they both need this resting period before the work starts. Because they're going to have a mission to complete, to work on. I shouldn't even say complete. It's to expand on. Divine Feminine's heart space. We got the Lovers holding on to each other in her heart. She's holding on to her Divine Masculine for sure. And you guys, this isn't going to apply again to all twin flames out there. Some twin flames do not come into union. They choose to come to peace with each other. They come together. They work things out, hopefully, and they come to peace, and then they go off to live separate, happy lives, doing their own individual work, and that's totally fine. Some twin flames don't get that part. They kind of abandon ship ahead of time. They never come to peace, and maybe they live out their life with a soulmate or in another way. There's no wrong choice for you. Your choice is your path for this lifetime, and then you're going to do something else the next time. So, don't have a lot of fear about making wrong choices or things not happening, because your life experience while you're here is what it's meant to be. You are meant to come here and make different choices and play with life and find happiness. And really, that's what it is about. And, the more you grow and learn and heal and evolve, the better off you are and the better off the planet is. And you just so happens that in the twin flame dynamic, you can do an incredible amount of growth and healing together, right? In evolving and expanding. You just have this superpower together to do that. But if it doesn't happen, you're still going to have a beautiful life. It doesn't ever have to mean if you don't come into union that you're not going to have a good life. That's not what it's about. You will find other things to do with your life that will be beautiful, right? So this isn't going to apply to everyone. If it applies to you. And it could be down the road something like this will apply to you too. We're all in different places. This is for people that are extremely close to union, okay? And I've been picking up on that energy for a while. Don't be hard on yourself. If you're not here, that doesn't mean that you're not good. It just means that you're not here. Doesn't mean you can't get here, okay? And maybe you'll do something else, and that's good too. Whatever makes you happy in this lifetime. Whatever happiness you make for yourself, that's good. So we've got the Two of Cups holding on to each other for this set of counterparts in the twin flame journey. Divine Feminine is absolutely holding on to her counterpart in her heart, looking forward to this Ten of Cups with the Divine Masculine. You can't get a better combination than this. She can't see it all. The moon, there are things that are hidden. But she knows, even though she can't see it in the 3D right now, she knows in the 5D that this is what's happening. There's no doubt. The doubt has been removed. It's faith. Faith is when you believe something before you can see it. And that's the way to manifest, guys. That's how you manifest. You believe in something and you're grateful for it before you actually see it come. The Ace of Fire. Holding on to this Ace of Wands, getting ready There's that lantern that will light up the dark when it's time. Kind of holding this in reserves. When it's time. Gotta wait for that ship. This doesn't mean you're not doing anything in your life. This clearly expanding, the Divine Feminine, expanding her life, growing out of that shell, growing into a bigger shell. She is taking action in this way. But within the connection, she's resting until the ship comes. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, so let's look at Divine Feminine's possible actions in the next month. Well, the first thing we get is the 9 of Coins. This is beautiful independence. This is being absolutely abundant in independence. This is Divine Feminine being so good on her own that the attachment for Divine Masculine is gone. You know, attachment, I was talking about this, I think it was in a private reading, so I'll talk about it again. I'm not exactly sure, but look, attachment is when you must have something to be okay. So we talk about attachment. If Divine Feminine is thinking about Divine Masculine and she's thinking, I'm not going to be okay in my life unless he comes to me. That's attachment, and that's unhealthy. That's a codependence. That is a lot different than saying, I want Divine Masculine in my life. I am really beautifully good on my own and will continue to be with or without Divine Masculine. But I do want him to come. I do want that. It's okay to want. Want is an attachment. Those don't equate. Attachment is clingy, needy. Okay, it's very different energy. Think of a child, a small child at the store. You've got a little, say you've got a 3-year-old, right? And they see something. Say they see candy. There's always candy at the checkout stands. They see candy, and they look at it. And they look up and then they say, may I please have that? May I please try that? I would like to try that. That's very mature for a 3-year-old. However, change that up with the child grabbing it up and screaming, if I don't get it, I'm going to throw a fit on the floor. In which instance are you more likely to let that child try that thing? The first one is a want. I would like to try this. And I'm okay without it, but I would like to try it. The second one is a need. Like, I'm not okay without this thing and I won't be okay and I'm going to make your life miserable. So that's the difference between attachment and just want. The one is very unhealthy and one is very healthy. So this month, Divine Feminine is in this really beautiful energy of I'm good on my own, but I do want my connection. Clarifying that, we have this 2 of Fire that kept coming up. So let's really look at this. So you've got this figure on this giraffe, and the giraffe has a lantern in its mouth. This is really whimsical. I love this. And then there's another lantern behind the figure on the giraffe. So there's the 2 of Fire, 2 of Swords. This person is committed to this journey. Look at this person has put a saddle on this giraffe, and they've put a torch in the back, and they've given the giraffe this lantern to swing, and they are off on this journey. This is an absolute decision to take action on something. They want this thing and they're willing to ride the giraffe, which is probably pretty slow. Giraffes are not fast. I'm sorry. I don't know. If you guys know Eddie Izzard, is this British comedian, and he does this bit about the evil giraffe that is the funniest friggin' thing ever. If you haven't seen it, you gotta watch it. It's hilarious the way he does it. Anyway, I'm seeing him lope as a giraffe. So giraffes do run, but they kind of lope. They're not fast. Anyway, I'm sorry. I had to throw the Eddie Izzard thing in there. But this person is committed. They've made the choice to take action, and they're taking this journey, even if it's slow. They're up high. They can see more than other people. This person, Divine Feminine, can see the journey ahead. She's intuitive. She's got a higher perspective. And then Queen of Air, Queen of Swords. But this is a beautiful Queen of Swords. Look at her. She doesn't have armor. She has feathers and jewelry. Really nice jewelry. This Queen of Swords is tapped into spirit. Her third eye is open. Her crown chakra is open. And this is a Queen of Swords that has just gotten amazing download from spirit, because here's spirit on her shoulder. This owl, which is this beautiful clarity about everything. And she is kind of paired with the owl. There's no sword in this picture. And this Queen of Swords is not about cutting things out. This Queen of Swords is about having extreme clarity. This Divine Feminine has extreme clarity that has given her a really higher perspective on this connection. And she's really good on her own, but wanting the connection. In this month, in this resting period, for Divine Masculine to come on that ship. Divine Feminines, you are in amazing energy. Both counterparts are in amazing energy. Congratulations to you both. So, the Ace of Air, the Ace of Swords. This is that sword that Divine Masculine has to bring forth. This is the overall energy. This is all hinging, all of this stuff on the communication, on the mental clarity from the masculine. This feminine knows this Ace of Swords is coming. No doubt. No doubt. She can feel it. And the Two of Air. That choice. Going back to this choice that the masculine was so worried about in the past. Where he's looking back at those two swords in the ground thinking, I left a connection that was my divine connection. And what is Divine Feminine going to think when I come forward with this clarity? Well, he's very Nine of Swords about it. He's very worried about it. But look at how feminine feels about that now. She understands. She's got this really higher perspective, mental clarity about the connection now and what's happened. And she's not feeling bound by the Two of Swords. She's not feeling blind about why that happened. She understands why the separation happened now. And it's not constraining her. Look at how free and beautiful she is. The Three of Air. There's a lot of swords here. There's a lot of clarity for feminine. Look at the Three of Air is usually the Three of Swords. It's heartbreak. Look at what this Divine Feminine has transmuted her heartbreak into. This feminine has transmuted heartbreak into something really beautiful. Into being so tapped into her angels, to divine spirit. There's no worry here. There's no pain here. Nine of Air. We got another one. Nine of Swords. And look at this again. Look at this Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is usually that worry card that I was just talking about. Nightmares. And look at this. This is beautiful dreams. This is transmutation, you guys. So glad I got this deck. I couldn't have given you this reading without this deck. This was meant to happen. All right, that's what I'm seeing. I don't even think I need to clarify this further. I think it's a really, really clear. Wow. Thank you guys for being here with me for the mirror message today. This was a really beautiful one. Again, tap into your intuition. Make sure that you're internalizing messages that really fit you. Come join me at the lives if you have questions that you want answered. Thursdays, 6 p.m. Pacific to 7:30 is when you need to get your question in. Questions are $5 a piece for single questions. And for the next month. So I would love to work with you one-on-one. I am available for full private readings. You can get those at redempresstarot.com. I've been doing a lot of those lately, and I'm really, really enjoying getting to know you guys and your situations and hear your stories and work with you. It's my privilege. All right. Love you guys. Take care.